What's good, y'all? It's HB Punch and Profit. We're going to break down price action in the NASDAQ. It is February 4th, 2025, first week of the month. So, lots of red folder news, lots of things going on, especially with President Trump. So, be very careful. Sometimes less is more and it's better to stay out. But before we get started, like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you're new. And if you want to see one of my live executions for the day, you can click on the link in the description below or the video card in this particular video. So roughly at like 9:30 or 9 a.m., I'm looking at higher time frame, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, and I'm kind of neutral. Now, obviously at the 9:30, we start pushing up significantly. All I'm saying is that when I'm neutral, okay, that means I think with my signals presented that there will be buying and selling opportunities throughout the session or the day. And yes, we get this big push up. It looks very bullish, but you get a nice push down, right? So there's a selling opportunity right there. So all that higher time frame, when I say neutral, means is that there's possible buy and sell opportunities in the session or for the day. Okay, so higher time frame, neutral, buy and sell opportunities. 2, version, that's going to be highlighted in orange box. 3, advanced market structure shift, bolded blue line, structure shift, put that there. Those are our 2 key signals. 4, okay, we're going to put our, oops, excuse me. 4, we're going to put our stops at swing lows or highs or at your discretion. Okay, and take profit is going to be 1-to-1 or more. Now, since it is, there's lots of red folder news today and this week, we're looking for modest take profits. Okay, so take profit is going to be one, at least a 1-to-1 or more. But in circumstances like this where the market can be a little tricky, just aim for your 1-to-1. So roughly at the 9:30 opening, it seems like there's a signal that presents itself, but nothing. So we push up, we push up, we push up, and we kind of end up in this very kind of like choppy zone. And it almost looks like a flag pattern, if that's what you want to call it. Let me shut up my phone. That's really annoying. Let me turn that off real quick. Phone's going crazy here. Alright, that's off. So, in this bull flag pattern, or whatever you want to call it, pennant, I don't give a shit what you want to call it, as long as you kind of have an understanding of what it is. Okay, we're going to wait for a buying opportunity where our signal presents, because most likely we're going to push a little further up, but we're going to take a modest little profit. We finally get a signal around 11 a.m. and we get this inversion right here. And if you don't zoom in, actually, excuse me, if you don't zoom in, it's actually very, very difficult to see. Okay, so you kind of have this bull flag pattern. Okay, and you get a signal in here. It's a modest take profit. We're not looking for anything big, right? Lots of red folder news. I think there's news at 2 p.m. and I think there was news at 10 a.m. You get this inversion in here. Okay, now we're gonna zoom in there so you can see it yourself, because it's a little tough with all the volume imbalances. Right here, there's a volume imbalance. Volume imbalance, that's a bearish gap for us. We're going to treat it like that. Bearish gap, we'll mark that out in red. And then we get this bullish gap right here. There's a volume imbalance. Okay, and we fill that with the green box. And now you can see where the overlap occurred. We'll take the green box off and turn this to orange to highlight that, the inversion or whatever you want to call it. Okay, we get an advanced market structure shift right here. Okay, let's take these pattern lines off. And this is the trade I took, and I was 1-to-1 in out. Little to no drawdown. Okay, as long as you took your 1-to-1, you don't have to deal with any BS on the way down. 1-to-1. Okay, you get it? Boom, you're tapped in. You put a limit order. You get tapped in. Little to no drawdown. Okay, little to no drawdown, only about 1 to 2 points, and then you move up to your target. Okay, now you could have kept your stop a little bit tighter, okay, above the inversion, which I usually like to do, and played out very nicely. Okay, so that was your first trade, and here was your selling opportunity. Let's go highlight that real quick. You get an inversion down here. Okay, we exhausted our way to the upside for now. We get this advanced market structure shift. This one was a little, I didn't take it, okay, because I already made my money. I want to get out. I don't want to spend any more time in the market, and it was way past my trading time anyways. But because there wasn't anything that presented from pretty much 9:50 to 11:10, I got in on that trade. But once I got my money, I got out, right? But you did get an inversion here, okay? Bullish fair value gap overlapped by a bearish one. You get the advanced market structure shift. This one was difficult to deal with, right? Because there was lots of drawdown if you framed your trade this way. Now, it gave you at least a 1-to-1 if you kept your stop all the way up here. If you did, I hope you were using a micro, and you only would have been down about 40 bucks, right? Roughly speaking, only about 40 bucks. You would have pulled back 40 and you would have gotten a nice 1-to-1, okay? Or you can keep your stop a little bit above the inversion. If you kept it below, you would have gotten stopped out. It is what it is. That's just part of the game. I always tell you that. If you're going to move your stop closer, just be aware you're going to lose more trades. But if you keep it up at this protected high, that's going to hold for a decent, at least till it hits your target of 1-to-1, okay? It's going to hold strong, and even if you take a considerable amount of drawdown, like 18 to 20 points, it will eventually melt down to your target and possibly more, right? So there was your 1-to-1. It offered around 91 points so far. It could go further down. Okay, but in, like I said, market conditions like this, you usually want to get in and get out. Take your 1-to-1. You can move your stop up as the trade starts to play out in your favor. But yeah, as long as you're not over leveraged, that 18 points of drawdown is not a big deal. It's like what 40 dollars. That's nothing. Most of you throw on 5 minis and pray to God that you get rich in one trade and blow out your account. So you shouldn't be worried about $40. So those were your trades, okay? And that will conclude the video. This is HB Punch and Profit. Comment down below, like the video, subscribe if you're new. Peace.